You're tired of working day in and day out, trying to find new boomer customers, chasing leads, doing whatever work comes your way, and never getting to earn what you're worth. You do it because you love the work and you're passionate about serving the boomers. We get it. What you need is more of the right boomer customers for your business and more income for you and your family so you can grow your company and help more people in your community. Well, you're in the right place because this is Booming Your Bottom Line.
Hi, and welcome to episode 46 of Booming Your Bottom Line. Today we want to talk about the fact that edutainment is the new marketing system. Everything else pretty much falls on deaf ears. I'm Aaron Murphy, and with me is my co-host, Mark Hager. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Aaron. Listen, I am really pumped about our discussion today. So here's the deal, everyone. Aaron and I have a weekly meeting so we can stay on top of all the tasks at hand and the folks we're coaching and helping with their small businesses. Now this week, during a conversation, we ran into something totally different, and we needed to share that with you today ASAP.
Yeah, we did. Look, I want you to do something right now, guys, the listeners here. Pause us, open a new tab in your browser, and search, like on YouTube, eliminating horrific houses. Okay, go ahead and do that now. And then come back to us when you're done with that. It's just a 2-minute video. I'll wait for you. Okay, now wasn't that freaking awesome? I mean, seriously, it made you laugh out loud. It's topical because it's Halloween this week, but it also made you look at your home with more awareness, a critical eye, and a truthful view of the potential future, right? A new idea and awareness about what is, what isn't, and what could be. I've been preaching exactly what this video is saying every day for the last 6 years. For Mark, it's probably over 10. But what they did here that really kept you with them, engaged, interested, awake, curious, and even fascinated, they entertained you.
Exactly. And that's most likely something you're not doing, and it's costing you big time. When you're messaging to the public, you have to consider some critical points that relate to an environment that we're in now, in a way our society is now. And let me just say this. It's an environment and a social landscape that your father's business or your mother's company did not deal with, and there's no getting around it. What you inherited as a way to do business is not the business model that you can continue to do if you plan to survive and thrive. Now, the climate is not the same, the landscape is not the same, not even close. So what is edutainment? It's educational entertainment, content that is designed to educate and to entertain. Now, it can include everything from content that is primarily educational but has an incidental entertainment value, all the way up to content that is mostly entertaining but contains some educational value. And what does that mean for you today? Well, it means you need to do the following things to even be noticed amongst all of the hideous amounts of garbage and white noise and spam and this mess of distractions. You know, in a world where the massive technology and plugged-in input that's bombarding us every minute of every day. So you need to be, one, entertaining, and then be short, succinct, and to the point. Be clear, pointed, and emotionally moving. And finally, you have to create a call to action.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with the first one, Mark, entertaining. All right, you've got to be able to get people's attention and do it quickly. You need to strike a chord right away. I mean, you don't have time to waste. I don't know if you guys know this. The attention span of the U.S. average citizen right now is only about 8 seconds. And I quote, according to the National Center for Biotechnology Information at the U.S. National Laboratory of Medicine, the average attention span of a human being has dropped from 12 seconds in the year 2000 to 8 seconds in 2013. By the way, guys, that's 1 second less than the attention span of a goldfish. Yeah, a little scary, okay. And at some level, I think it's kind of sad. But since we can't fix that, let's adjust to it, okay? Let's capitalize on it, recognize it, and then set ourselves apart for having that knowledge and insight. Sound good? Okay, so look. If today's mantra is, if you don't have my attention, I'm not listening, and I've moved on before you even started, then what are you going to do to overcome this truth of our new environmental tech landscape? It's not a matter of whether you feel that sucks or not, or if society's going down the toilet, right? Your opinion on the matter is a moot point for today. It just is what it is. But What are you going to do about it? That's what you can control. So,
Yikes. Yeah, 8 seconds. That is crazy. So how do you deal with that? Well, to finish on the entertaining part, you need to think long and hard about how you can do this to be engaging, interesting, new, and different. And that has to be a part of your USP, your unique sales position. This alone can put you miles ahead of your competition. So what does that look like for you and your company, or your services and products and offerings to the consumers that you can engage with? And how can you reach and connect with your boomer consumers and their spheres of influence with entertainment in mind? For that matter, how do you make a roll-in shower exciting, or home safety make you have an aha moment for the people you're trying to reach? And how do you do that in the first 8 seconds? So it sounds like a pretty big challenge, doesn't it? But you can do it, and we can help coach you through it. But you've got to take a fresh look at what you offer and take a new approach to delivering your messaging to the public and your potential clients with this in mind. Remember, you've got that 8 seconds. You have to be creative in crafting your message so you can deliver it quickly, short, succinct, and to the point. Now, we've already talked about a lot, and I just want to be clear, what we're not saying is your marketing needs to be all about cracking jokes or include rubber chickens. I mean, not at all. What we're saying is that you can entertain while giving your boomer customers the information they need. Entertainment can mean many different things. It can be humor or drama, something that's thought-provoking or insightful. It can read like the news, or it can be an experience. And that's what you need to focus on, the experience of hearing, reading, or watching something from your company. And this experience, it's empowering. And that's where the real gold is for you as a business owner. You empower your potential boomer customers with information, ideas, and concepts. You provide them with a perspective that they may not have had before in a way they can warm up to. You give it to them in a way where they can naturally traverse through that buyer's resistance by leading with giving with education.
right. And if you've studied much about the boomers as a group, and you know by now we have, they love to learn. Okay, so many of them have committed to a lifetime of, being a consummate learner. They research, they explore new ideas. They're constantly on the lookout for knowledge and growth for them in their lives. And they look for that from experts that they can trust. You can use this to your advantage as a tool to provide them with knowledge that they need to accomplish their goals, solve their problems, and empower them to make good decisions. We've discussed the importance of educating your potential boomer customers at every touch point. It's fundamental to reaching them, drawing them in, and keeping them as customers. It goes for every ad, every web page, every pamphlet, every customer conversation with you or someone on your staff. You talk about what you do and everything that goes along with that. And if you do that in a way that resonates with your preferred customers, well, you're going to keep them. You're going to earn them. So we teach that in our training programs, in our coaching, and you've heard it a lot here on the podcast because it's that important. So we touched on the entertainment, the education, how much time you have to deliver your message. To be certain your message is well received, you got to be clear, pointed, and emotionally moving. Okay, that's the hook. Now, we've discussed speaking directly to your preferred boomer customers here on the podcast, something we cover in depth in our high-end training. If you're going to be clear, pointed, emotionally moving, you've got to be speaking directly to their desires, needs, or things that motivate them toward solutions in their life. In the case of this video we asked you to watch today, it was subtle at first. They pulled at the viewer's subconscious motivations for independence right away. They didn't use words like accessibility or anything in that languaging until the end of each short clip, right? Did you notice that? If you didn't, go watch it again. They do a really nice job of that.
Right, and now the final part of this exercise is creating a call to action. Now, all of your effort is wasted if you don't give them an action to take, and I cannot stress this enough. I can tell you right now that this is one thing that business owners don't do consistently. You have to tell people what you want them to do. If your content, whatever it is, a video or article, a inspiring image, a pamphlet, a conversation, whatever it is, if it does its job, then you have to tell them what the next thing they need to do is. And let me drive this home like this. If you've done your job right, you've entertained and educated them about something relevant to them in a way that resonates with them. Now what do they do about it? If your content did its job and they're saying, yeah, that makes sense and I should get that fixed, or yeah, I never want to be in that situation, how do they get the remedy? You have to tell them how. Now, we have a colleague, Michael Thomas in California, who shares our passion for aging in place design. Michael refers to the Cleopatra syndrome. She was the queen of denial. Not the Nile, but denial. And it's a great joke he uses in his presentations, and we loved it enough to share it with you. And we bring it up because of how it relates to that YouTube video, right? They tackled the visitability movement, but they did it with humor and alliteration, references to movies that we know in parody fashion, so we could relate, so we could laugh. But at the end, be left considering a massively serious subject. It was brilliant. And notice they did it in 2 minutes. They dealt with the denial, slipped right past it by coming in the back door with entertainment. Now, you're not alone in needing to be better at talking to your customers. We can all improve. We need to do this better, too. And based on your feedback, that we get every day, we do engage you, with truth and authenticity. And we come to you in a real way as just two guys with a passion and a cause and a mission to educate our customers. We've got that part running pretty good. But the entertainment part is something that we're continually working on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I chuckle at the 8-second thing, Mark. Isn't that like the rodeo if you could stay on the bull that long?
That's exactly it.
Yeah. But, and again, like you said, it doesn't have to be, gut-punching funny. Think about the videos they're doing around texting, right? The person that gets T-boned and the kids that are, stuck in those things, very similar in the boom, that aha, that holy crap, you've got my attention, right? Mm-hmm, exactly. So again, doesn't have to be rubber chickens and jokes that split your sides. So what do you guys think? If you agree with us that this message has value, share this podcast, okay? Everybody listening, share it everywhere socially. You guys, it takes a village to implement real change, massive change at a social level. And before it's too late, I hope, sweeping change at a grassroots level. You need to do this. I need to do this. Mark, everybody, okay? We need to tackle this. It's a national issue. It's a world issue. And each one of us has a role to play, okay? We all have to do our part. It starts in your own business, your small business, in your community. And that's why Mark and I are here, is we know that. We believe that. So absolutely. I hope you saw the massive value in this discussion today, what you could do to start implementing change in your business that can make a major difference in your company, your profits, your future, and your legacy to the world through your own small business. And by the way, set you apart from your competition. That's why we're here to help you do that. So thanks for listening today. Until next time, be well, be bold, and boom your bottom line.